So this particular recipe requires some lemon zest, and while there's probably 100 different ways to do it, for my specific recipe, I want to show you the technique that I use. It's a little different. First of all, I require a small bowl that is white so I can see the lemon shavings inside of it, because I want to make sure that they're not too coarse. Secondly, I only use lemons, and I like to cut them in half first so I can get a better grip on it. And then lastly, the technique I like to use is, the tool I like to use is not a normal grater. I like to use ones like this one. It's more of a rasp with smaller holes, as you notice, because if you get the bigger ones, the zest will just overpower this recipe. So let me show you how I do. I take the bowl, I take the lemon zest, and instead of moving the rasp, I move the onion around. And you notice what I'm doing is I'm not hitting any of the same spots twice, because if I do that, what happens is it'll take more of the rind off than I want. All I'm looking for is to capture that little tiny bit of lemon within the zest here, the rind, but just the very top level. And remember that if you go too deep into the rind, it will bring a sour flavor instead of that tart flavor we're looking for. And whatever you do, don't throw this lemon away, because this is part of recipe 418, which is how to make a good key lime pie. So we're going to put that aside. We're going to use that one later. And while this is just a small amount, I just want to point out, it's very finely shredded. It has a very dark yellow color, which is indicative of what the color of the actual outside was, not the rind, because you don't want any of that white color in there. You just want the yellow stuff. And if you need a lot more than this, you'll obviously need a lot of different lemons. But this is the way I need you to consider whenever you're doing your lemon zest.